Hi everyone! So today I decided to do a video about nail care. I know that I haven't really talked a lot about my nails in my previous videos, but I do have weekly or bi-weekly pictures of the manicures that I do on my nails and the nail art that I do on beautylish.com. So today I'm going to talk about how I take care of my nails and what I do in the growing process, and also some products that have really helped me grow out my nails to the way it is now. So the most common question that I get from people when they see my nails is they ask me whether my nails are real or not. And yes, whatever manicure that I do on my nails, they are always on my real ones. I know I have actually tried doing like gel nails with an extension in them, and I've only done that once in my entire life. That time I just had my nails, before the manicure, I had my nails cut really, really short, and I wanted a manicure with long nails, so she had to put extensions on my nails. But everything that I do myself is on my real nails. So the most common question I get also is I get people who ask me, how do I grow my nails so long? So for me, just taking you guys back a little bit, when I was up to when I was probably 8, I actually was a nail biter. I know it seems really surprising to a lot of people that I'm a nail biter, especially when they see my nails and I tell them it's a natural nail. It was just a really bad habit that I picked up. I don't even know really why I did it. It was just something that I did. And to me, like now, going back to thinking about it, I'm so glad I stopped doing it. Like, for the longest time, my mother was super concerned for me, and she tried everything, like I literally mean everything, to make me stop biting my nails, and nothing really worked. It wasn't until I was probably about 8 I figured that, you know, I needed to stop, and the only way that I was able to stop myself was to paint my nails. There was a reason that I stopped doing that, that painting my nails helped me to stop biting my nails, and it was because when I painted my nails, like, first of all, nail lacquer is quite poisonous. Like, it's not something that you really want to eat. I mean, it's not going to kill you right away, but it's definitely not something that you want to eat, especially over a long period of time, because, you know, again, it's a chemical. But that wasn't like the main reason. The main reason was because I just thought the nail lacquer on my fingers looked so nice, and when it looked so nice on my fingers, I didn't want to touch them. Like, I just wanted to look at them, but I didn't want to put them anywhere near my mouth. So, like, I just kept using nail lacquers on my nails for like a period of time, and then I just completely lost that habit of nail biting. So for me, that was a solution. I know there's so many different ways to try to stop biting your nails, but again, sometimes I feel like it is sort of like smoking, where it's hard to cut out of your life when you start getting into the habit of doing it, but it is definitely something that's bad for you. Like, it ruins your nail beds, it ruins everything. It ruins your nails, the shape of your hands, and in the long run, like, your nail beds just get shorter and shorter and shorter, and even when you start to stop biting your nails and you want to grow your nails out, the whites of your nails are going to be completely out of proportion with your nail beds, and you're going to end up with like a nail that just does not look really natural or look really nice, and you'll end up getting like manicures or whatever to make your nails more natural looking. Some people I know have natural short nail beds. There's also ways to work around that, but it's, you know, it's pretty not a good thing when you have nice nail beds and you bite them until you have nice short nail beds. And plus the bitten nail beds and the short nail beds just are not the same. So I'm going to go through a couple of tools that I use to help me prepare my natural nails before manicures, or things that I use on a daily basis to help protect my natural nails. So as I've mentioned, it's really important to make sure that your natural nail is in the best condition, because it's like foundation. You want to lay down the good groundwork so that whatever you put on top of it will end up just as nice. So for me, a couple things that I highly, highly recommend if you are not a high-maintenance nail person, or you don't like painting your nails, or you do it very rarely, the best thing that you can do is to push your cuticles back. Now, I don't necessarily mean pushing your cuticles back whenever you feel like it, because you need to soak your cuticles to get the skin a bit softer, so that when you start pushing your cuticles down, it doesn't hurt as much, and also it doesn't tear tear the like the skin around it as much. It's kind of more of a softer way to get rid of cuticles. Now I think getting rid of cuticles is really important because it helps to elongate your nail. Right away your nail beds will look much, much longer, and if you keep pushing your cuticles back, it won't grow as much. And then you will have a really nice looking hand to present to someone. So my favorite tool to use is a metal Q-tip pusher like this. So you can just soak your hand in like the sink, a bowl of like hot water, or even you can get in the shower, take a shower, and then right after your shower use your metal cuticle pusher to push the cuticles back. Now I know some people like to use wooden orange sticks or even plastic cuticle pushers. Now my favorite ones is the metal for many reasons, because one, it's very sanitary because it's metal, it's easy to clean, and then also because the metal pushers, I feel like they're a little bit better to get into certain areas, because sometimes, like for me, I do have a lot of cuticles. Even though you guys won't see that in my pictures, it's because they're always pushed back. Even if I'm not wearing anything on my nails, which, you know, that's a rare moment for me, I'll have my cuticles pushed back. So that is the number one thing. Even if you aren't going to do anything to your nails, pushing back cuticles is kind of my number one recommendation. So you can do many things with your cuticles. One is you can just push it back and just leave it, or you can cut it. I know some people are against that, and some people leave that to professionals, because if you do like accidentally nip yourself or something, it could, you know, cause bleeding all the way to scary things like infections. It's definitely something that you need to practice if you are going to start doing it. You're never going to get good at it the first 2 tries if you've never done it in your entire life. And I would do it really, really slowly, like a little bit at a time, just so that you get the hang of it. My 2 favorite tools to use is a cuticle nipper like this. This one is from the brand Quo. You're able to get these at like your beauty supply stores, Sally's, Cosmoprof, or even drugstores. They sell this kind of cuticle nipper. So it just looks like this, and it's got really sharp points at the end. Or you can use what I've always been using before I got my cuticle nipper, was just cuticle scissors. So these are scissors that are really narrow and flat, and they're really good to get around into the areas just to cut off your cuticles. This one I think you have a little bit more control over because it's like scissors, but again, you do need to practice, because if you're right-handed and you're using your scissors with your left hand, like, you have to be extra careful and go extra slow. Another thing that I think is really important is to make sure that your nails always have some kind of shape. So a lot of times people just let their nails grow what I call wildly, and that it doesn't have a shape, and each finger is like a different length or a different style. So as you can see, my nails basically are more elongated this way, and they don't fan out. And they don't fan out like this. And then I also just have like a shape at the tip of them, so that each of my nails will look identical to one another, and they are the exact same length. But what I used to have was, because I used to bite my nails used to grow like, I guess, like sideways, and then it would fan out much more than what it looks like now. So what I used to always do is I used to always like use a nail file and just shape out my nails and push it upwards, so that my nails would naturally start growing this way, and it would just elongate itself instead of growing like sideways. So really, nails, it's like hair. You have to maintain it. You have to start filing it a certain way all the time, so that your nails will naturally start growing a certain way. So my favorite to use is like a metal nail file that I've mentioned before, just because it's really nice and thin, and it's easy to get into like the sides right here to shape out. When you use emery boards, they're a little bit thicker, and it's harder to get into the corners of your nails to shape them out, so that you will end up having a nice shape eventually. All these things that I've mentioned are basically like more long-term things that you need to be doing more constantly. I mean, you don't need to push your cuticles back like every single day, but it's kind of like a weekly process that you have to do, because you'll see them growing out. Like even right now, I'm growing out my cuticles, and I will need to push them back soon. And nail filing, I mean, you only need to do it maybe, again, like once a week, or even once every 2 weeks, just because when you see a little bit of growth, you can shape it out and just gets it into a shape that you like. The next thing I use is buffers. So I really like buffers because if you don't want to paint your nails or do anything with them, buffers are really nice because they actually help to varnish your nails in a way that it looks like it's really healthy and shiny. I know some people have really brittle nail beds that are really like grainy, and there's like a lot of lines engrooved in the nail. So nail buffers will really help to smooth out those grooves so that you look like you have more healthy fingernails. And also when you use a buffer, it actually makes your nail polish go on much more smoother, especially when you use a very matte color that's very opaque, so like whites or even dark finishes. It's a really nice tool to hide nail painting jobs, especially if you're not good at painting your nails. For example, if you're right-handed and you're painting your right hand with your left hand, that's always a little bit more work, and you know, it takes some practice to get used to that. So something else that I absolutely love is cuticle oil. Again, once you're done pushing your cuticles back and you're not going for any nail lacquer, cuticle oil is a really nice thing to use. It just helps to moisten your nail beds so that they don't get dry and brittle. This one is from OPI, and this is a little bit more pricey, but you can get away with like a lot of different kind of cuticle treatments, but I love this one because it's really easy to apply because it comes in like, looks just like the OPI nail polish, and it comes in with a brush applicator, and except it's just an oil that you put around your cuticles. And then what I do is I'll just put my fingers and just rub it into especially the cuticle part, and sometimes I'll just rub it all over the nail as well. And plus this smells really nice, so it's a really nice thing to get. I bought this at Cosmoprof, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it at any salons that sell OPI or any beauty supply store that's in your area as well. And there's a ton of other brands that you can go out there for as well. So the last thing I want to talk about is when you do want to put nail lacquer on and you have really weak nails. Now I have pretty strong nails. And I've done a lot of like damage to my nails, as in like I wear a lot of nail lacquer. I'll use like gel nails and whatever, and plus I don't really I'm not too fragile with my nails. Like, they don't chip as much just because I use a lot of different products to ensure that whatever polish I have on that week, it stays on for a while. But my favorite nail base to use is the OPI Nail Envy. There's a lot of rave about this product, and it is just as good as people say it is. It really helps to protect your nails, and it's really good to use a base no matter what color you're using. A lot of people say, oh, I only use bases if I use a dark polish, like a red or a dark black or any of those dark colors, just because they don't want the staining. But it's good to use a nail base even when you're using like a light polish, just because I feel like nail bases are like face primers, especially silicone face primers. It's kind of like the layer in between your natural nail and the nail lacquer, just like a face primer is the barrier between your skin and your actual makeup. It's just something to protect your nail, and it makes it stronger as well. Nail Envy has actually really helped to like make the polishes last longer and helps to make your nails much stronger. I have tried other like things like nail hardener. I really don't recommend nail hardener because I've had really bad experience with it. I think whatever's in like the calcium that's in like nail hardeners make your nails too hard to a point where it's almost brittle and very prone to breaking. So like for example, I've actually like bumped my nail into like something like that was like cardboard, like stock paper, and it broke my nail. Like it chipped the entire nail, just basically fell off to like my nail bed area, because I guess the tap was just too strong for the nail to hold, and because of the nail hardener on it, it just made it even more brittle. So I don't recommend nail hardeners. I recommend good bases instead. And plus, when you put nail lacquer on, just the substance itself will help to make your nails stronger. Now, I haven't mentioned this before, but gel nails is something that a lot of people are looking into because it's getting pretty popular right now. So the good thing about gel nails, for many reasons, is one is that your nail color, or whatever your manicure is, will last you at least up to 3 weeks. There is no chipping, no breaking, no nothing when it comes to gel nails. They are a little bit more expensive than your average manicure when you go get them at the salon, but they are so worth your money because they last so long. Usually if you just go for like a normal manicure with the nail lacquer on it, it'll probably last